Hey coaches, athletes, and sports fans, welcome back. Coach Michael Fields here. Sticking with the theme of football still. Last series, we were talking defense, going back to my roots there as a D coordinator. This week we're going to switch it up, talk offense. So to get started, some coaches will be kind of a systems coach where they run a particular system, whether that's an air raid, West Coast spread, I formation, split backs, wing T. They might be a system coach, so they coach a particular offensive system. Other coaches will be a formations coach. They're just going to run a bunch of different formations, same basic plays, but they're going to make it look different by running 3, 4, 5 different looks, flipping sides, shifting guys, motioning guys to kind of take advantage of a defense. I learned this from an old coach, as most coaches do. We get our ideas from other coaches. We kind of steal things from coaches who are successful, and we try to emulate them. And so this is really from an old coach of mine that I was coached by and then coached under at a middle school level. They were at the high school level. And what this coach always talked about was attacking the different gaps. Okay, so that's kind of what we're going to do this week. Is we're going to spend a day looking at A gap plays, spend a day looking at B gap, then go to C gap, our off tackle plays, and of course D gap, kind of our sweeps and stretches and things like that. So the overview of this is just a basic formation here, and where are our gaps. Our standard A gaps are between the guards and the center on either side. Then we got our B gap between guard and tackle, C gap kind of off tackle area right here going between the tackle and tight end if we have one. Then D gap is anything outside, and so even though we don't have a tight end on this side, we would still consider D gap anything outside, and this guy would probably obviously be wider. Doesn't matter the formation we run out of, right? We can be in I'm going kind of an old school standard I formation, traditional fullback, tight end, and a wing over here, or a Z back, H back, depending on what you call it. Wide out over here, we can move this guy in tight, go double tights, same formation. We can switch these guys up. We can run the same stuff that we're going to look at this week. We can run most of this also out of kind of a split back look, where we're going to have two backs. This is a great set. I know I ran this one time at the youth level, kind of that intermediate age level, where I had two guys that were not traditional fullbacks. They were also not traditional, what we call a tailback, that guy that dots the I. They were both kind of hybrid. They were both good at blocking, maybe not great, both good at carrying the ball, but not, that explosive dot the I kind of tailback. So I switched from what I used to run as an I formation and ran that as split back. And you're going to run the same play. So if we're running A gap, we can lead with this guy. This guy can run the ball. We're going B gap, lead. He's going to carry the ball. We can run weak side still, So we'll call play strong side, weak side, depending on how we want to set our strength. A lot of teams, if you're a single tight end, your strong side is your tight end side, and then we'll read the mic or read the defense, who usually aligns to that tight end side, and sometimes we'll make those plays at the line. Just going to go through running plays through this series. We'll look at getting into pass plays and some other screens and bubbles and jet sweeps in future series. But for now, we're just going to look at attacking the gaps and running the ball and being a good power football team. That's kind of, again, my roots, being a defensive guy. Love clock management, controlling the ball, control the line of scrimmage with the offensive line, and just get after it almost at 3 yards, cloud of dust style. Use my defense to stop guys. So we'll just look at exploiting the gaps, and again, we're going to have to identify the defense, right? We're going to have to look at what gap is open. Is our tackle better than their tackle? Is our tight end better than their outside backer or their defensive end? Is my center, is he the stud and he can beat that nose guard? So then that's going to determine which plays we call. All right, so hopefully you guys are enjoying these series. Again, we're going to look at offense and attacking the gaps this week. Coach Michael Fields on Instagram. Find me on Twitter at Michael K. Fields. And of course, you can always email me, coachmichaelfields@gmail.com. Really appreciate you guys checking out these videos. If you could, like and subscribe. Comment below if you've got something you want me to cover. I enjoy talking football. I love to talk about football in any way we can. So let me know what you want to hear. Thanks, everybody.